Hey, this is Ron Janish. I'm going to show you something here that very few people have seen. Now, when Andrews originally taught the course, this was back in 1970, he'd send out a weekly course newsletter via snail mail. That's all they had in those days. And he'd send it out on Thursday, and so by Monday, you usually got it in the mail, and you just read to your broker the what's called the orders indicated. In this particular situation, they were none. Uh, but this was the course objective: to teach principles whereby a member may start with $5,000 cash or securities and run value to $50,000 as rapidly as easy as possible with a minimum risk. It has been done several times by individuals since the course started. Certainly nothing could be much easier, and then he goes on and on and on. So this particular page here is out of what I call the expanded course. And here's another page, well, one that he wrote earlier. Let's see if we can find a better one. Here we go. So this was written 5/23/70, and at the time they had $5,000 and were up 3,500 in a matter of a few weeks. Here's the orders indicated. And this is what you literally would just say to your broker. Well, now they've got all kinds of laws about stuff like this. So what we do is we teach two things. We have two things, two programs primarily. One is the Andrews Advanced course, which consists of a manual, private email group, and all kinds of other good, and lots of videos, over 20 some odd videos. And then there's something called the expanded course. Now, the expanded course consists of what you see here and about 700-800 pages more. Okay. And so you can go through and see what he did every week, what he'd send out. Okay. And you can discover the secret, and there really is a kind of a secret to this. And to kind of give people an idea of, is this possible today? Because let's face it, the market has changed. Well, let's take a look. Let's do a little reality check. What I did was I decided to do what I call a weekly focus on something for next week. Okay, so on Friday or Saturday, I'd say, hey, this is the one, and show you some kind of chart and tell you, yeah, this is the really good trade for next week. And so on Friday afternoon, I put this one here in, and as you can see, let's see if we can put a 1 hour chart here. Boom. Yeah, here we go. So it's 1 hour. At the time, price had gone up already, up around here. And this morning it came down for a nice little buying opportunity. I went and bought some more. And away we go. So right now, this is one that's in there for that opportunity. So a few weeks ago, when we started this, we started with something really unusual. Nobody trades New Zealand dollar, except some of us. And so what I did was I picked New Zealand dollar as the trade for the week, and instantly got criticized on LinkedIn by someone. And this was let's see. Yeah, here we go. Here's the 12th, the start of the week. So it was like the 9th or so that I put it out there. And this was the start of the week, and this is what happened that next week. Okay. So what did I put out for last week? I put out this one here. Okay, so what we had was we had this here. We had the market come down like this. Okay, and then wound up putting this one here as the trade of the week. And on Monday, the Dow was up some outrageous number, 300 some odd points or whatever it was. And so away we went. Okay. And what I've been telling people is I'm not in love with this here at all, even though it could go higher. So right now, the trade of the week, for example, is gold, and this is what we're looking at. This just simply this here. Okay, so what we're trying to do is trying to demonstrate some of the Andrews principles. That's really the purpose of this, is to demonstrate his principles and his concepts. And one of the things that you like to see is, well, how well does it work? And in this day and age. And so this is what we do. And what else can I tell you? If you'd like a copy of the expanded works of Andrews, they are available. And in there you can find some of his incredible secrets as for how to find these securities that he would trade, and typically futures, that he would use to get his, see if I can find it here. Here we go. Use for his version of the trade of the week. Now, the reason I call it that was that what he would do, if you really look at what he did, is he would be very selective in terms of which future he would give you an order for the next week. And the whole idea was to pick one that was very safe, that didn't have that much risk, and there were certain things that he would look for that are in the course. They're in the expanded course, and obviously they're in the regular course also. But he would look for certain things, and these things would help him to know with a pretty good degree of certainty which ones were going to have a nice move in the next week. Okay, and so if you'd like to join us and see how this stuff works, you can take the course just to kind of see how well I do with it. You can watch the weekly 1-minute videos and go from there. Okay, so along the way of reading these hundreds and hundreds of pages and going through them, I did manage to get a pretty good idea as to what exactly he would look for in order to you say, okay, this one here is one that I want to start trading and figure is going to go in this particular direction for the next several weeks or whatever it is. So his technique for finding these is covered in the expanded course. And by the way, there's an additional 20 some odd videos with it. And in addition to the regular ones on all the research we did. And we did find a very nice mechanical or quasi-mechanical method to determine his kind of trade setup that he would look for in order to find the ones that are going to do incredibly well. So I encourage you to A, take the course, and B, if you're not ready for that yet, not a problem. Follow our weekly thing and see how well we do. Okay? Have a good day. Bye.